What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever, period. I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by one of our hosts, Ashley, and the wonderful, wonderful Mari. Mari, how you doing, queen?
I'm doing so good. I'm so glad I could be here with you guys. It's been a long time because of me. I'm so glad that we can make this work.
Yes, we're so happy to have you. It's so amazing that you're here, especially for this week, because baby, there is stuff to talk about, honey.
Yes, there's a lot going on.
God. When I tell you, sometimes I have either the worst luck when it comes to being on like an update or a round table, or sometimes I have the best luck, but like in the worst way, where it's like, yes, everything is happening, and it's like, oh no, everything is happening.
Everything is happening, but everything is happening every single week. I feel like every week I'm like, well, it's a lot going on. I just thought about last week when we had Hannah on. I was like, girl, there's a lot going on that week too. It's been a lot going on every week. I'm like, what's happening?
But every single week has felt like week one. Like there's no solidified alliance. I guess they're trying to do so now, but the way this house is, it's like you can't trust any alliance. You can't trust anybody's loyalty. So it's just like, I think it's going to be like this for a while, where it's just like so many different pockets of strategy. You kind of have to like find a central point and try to like go from there. But it's just so much. And then it's like, it's still like, I feel like consistent moves that aren't necessarily best for each people's games. Like I won't be surprised if Mickey and Morgan stay this week because of how all over this house is.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's a lot going on.
Exactly. And it's so funny. It's like we are basically begging for like we're like, we need structure, we need a large alliance. We're begging for like the Derek play style. And it's just so funny because we've been crapping on that play style for years now.
Literally.
But honestly, it's like we just want to know what's going on because y'all don't make no sense. Like we don't know who's in alliances with who. It's fun in a sense of like one person is in alliance with somebody, they're final twos, but this person is close to this side of the house and this person is close to that side of the house. These people are in alliance, but they've only voted together once. Like, what are we doing here? Like, or we're in alliance and voted together once. So it's just like, yes, I need you guys to calm down so I can figure out what's happening.
No, for real.
Just a little bit of structure. I feel like this is something kind of what I was saying to Pharaoh off the podcast. I was like, now that we like, I feel like are like full-time podcasting as far as like multiple shows, it's like watching it as a fan and a podcaster is two different things. Like I feel like talking about it, I need them to have a structure because like I have to keep up with so much shit that's going on. Like I have to, it's a lot. But like as a fan, I kind of enjoy it. So it's kind of hard because it's like when I get up here, I have to talk about it. I'm like, child, this is a lot. I'm tired. What are we gonna do? But then like watching it, I'm like, I'm living for the mess.
No, yes. Exactly. I was telling Mari, I was like, entertainment wise, I love it. Like I feel like if I rewatch this season and just watch the episodes or, you know, just for the gags, I would have a good old gaggy time. You know, if I was a casuals are probably living, you know, like something like that. But as someone who's tied to the feeds, I'm like, okay, so where am I looking for and what's the like I'm trying to figure out what to explain or what to grasp onto strategically, and it's like there's nothing there, and I just feel like that's why the experience is a little weird. It just feels weird. I don't want to say it's bad, good. It's just it's such a weird season, honestly. But let me break down a little bit of
you're breaking up a little bit,
babe. Hello. Yeah. Let me lock in. Oh, I see it. My little Wi-Fi symbol came on.
I know. I'm trying to make sure my headphones might die soon.
Child, am I here? Can y'all hear me?
We're professionals.
I can go ahead and take it from the start. Essentially, Rachel go ahead and she is the winner of the HOH this week. The girls cheered. And I feel like a psychic myself because I kind of predicted it. I said, you know, Keanu's going to go ahead and win that blockbuster. Zach is going to go home and Rachel will be winning. I said the wall. There was no wall. But she did win the HOH, which I kind of love the HOH competition as well.
That cup was great. Oh my God. I love the theme of the season.
it really eats. It really eats. Like I think this is one of their best themes. Ever since they started doing like the full-time equitable comps, I have really, really enjoyed it. Like I'm a type of person, I don't even want a wall. Take the wall out, okay? Because it's like I want a reality where anybody can win, and I just hate certain situations where it's like sometimes the people that you root for, they really don't have a chance because the competition is so hard. You know, like if Rachel was in a modern season, I feel like of like 16 to 22, she may not have done as well, you know? And I saw people comparing her to Janelle, like how Janelle and All Stars really couldn't get a win. And it's like, because a lot of those competitions were like overtly physical for no reason. So it's like the fact that she has to deal with more equitable competitions, I think is why Rachel is able to win. And I feel like she could really become a contender just based on comp wins now. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like last year in BB26 when I was like, it was like the first like 4 weeks there was a different winner for like every comp, like those first few weeks, you know. So that's always a good sign. You know, people are always get mad at the end where it's the same people trading wins at the end, but it's like it's fewer people, it's easier for people to rack up those wins. So that's why you really have to be careful about who you're getting rid of in the early stage of the game. So that when you do get to that part of the game where people can start racking up wins, it's the people you want to. So that HOH competition was great. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a true crime girly. I have a true crime podcast, murder mysteries, all of that. Like this whole season, like all of these comps have just been so fun. I'm like, I want to play like each one. I'm like, I want to play that. I want to play that. That first comp where they're like, where they're at the crime scene and they had to guess who did what. I was like, I want to do that so badly. It's like escape rooms on like steroids, and it's just so fun. And this one with the party slasher, a nod to like 80s horror genre, which was also felt like a throwback to the Nether region challenge from BB25. So freaking fun. I love this.
No, it was really good. And so Rachel, she went to the HOH. I was really excited for Rachel because, you know, she had been saying in the house that she mentioned maybe wanting to go home, that, you know, she's not, basically she's not that girl anymore. She can't win those comps and she can't have that power. And I feel like we saw Rachel's game previously. A lot of the reason why she was able to go so far is her competition win. So she was really feeling down on herself. So I'm just happy that she was able to get this win to show her like, girl, yes, you're still that girl. You know, I think she's used to coming in, winning the first HOH, winning her very next HOH, winning the next veto, then winning HOH again. And it's like, it's a longer game. It's more to it, you know, but I'm happy that she was able to prove to herself that, like, girl, you still got it.
Hello?
Exactly.
Am I here now?
You here?
Oh, my heart. I was like, am I going to have a whole nother, but we're here. Let me calm down. I love this HOH competition, though. Y'all was talking about the HOH competition? I loved it down. I loved it down. I loved it down. It was giving Dollhouse, and they had the girls go to each of the rooms, and it was giving horror. I loved it down. I really did enjoy this HOH. And honestly, Rachel winning is very, very exciting. I know the girls were gagging on Twitter and all of that. They were very, very happy that Rachel won. Seeing her win, though, like actually watching the episode and seeing her like win fair and square, like she ate that shit up. She still got it. She still got it because she didn't think she had it, like Lee said, but she still got it, and I love that. She ate that down. She ate that down.
Yeah, and it's so funny to me because they keep saying like, well, this side of the house is more likely to win competitions. Look at the last few winners. Like at least for the HOHs, it's been Rachel's side, you know. So or you know, so the non-conventional people winning the comp. So it just is a beautiful sign that these comps are getting more and more equitable. Seeing the reindeers game comp back in the first episode for the HOH, I was like, yes, because we that was one of the main things that made reindeer games so incredibly good. And I think reindeer games was like the blueprint for these comps because reindeer games was right after 25, right? I believe. Yep. And ever since then, I wonder if they got like a new. Yeah, I wonder if they got like switched somebody out or something, but I don't care what they did. They need to keep doing it. This is great.
1,000%.
Yeah, and it's a lot. It's a lot of like new competitions, or it's a lot of like creative ways to make these competitions equitable. Because I remember last season, I was like, okay, y'all are doing equitable comps, but it's kind of feeling a little repetitive. In a way, that's how I felt. But this season, it feels like they're really spreading it out. Like it's different types of comps, and they're all equitable. Because also the blockbusters are really equitable too. It's like they're doing really good. They're doing really, really good. But yes, Rachel wins HOH, and she decides to nominate Morgan, Mickey, and Vince. Now, I had a lot of opinions on these nominees. I want to ask y'all, how did y'all feel about Rachel's Mari, how did you feel about Rachel's nominees initially when it was Morgan, Mickey, and Vince? The beef was brewing, all of that.
I thought it was great. Unfortunately, no matter what Rachel did, she was in a bind because unfortunately this house full of clowns, everybody on every side was coming for her in some way, shape, or form. It was just, are we going to put her straight up or are we going to backdoor her? Let's be for real. So Mickey and Morgan are the reason why they are on the block, or should I say Mickey is the reason they are on the block. You cannot expect to spend a whole week going around the house with your candy and your M&Ms trying to get people to target Rachel literally the next week. Like Mickey was trying to get Rachel targeted this week. And then when she wins HOH, you're sitting here like, I don't understand. Why am I on the block? This is a dumb move. Girl, because all of the people that you told that you were coming for Rachel told Rachel you were coming for her. And unfortunately for Rachel, I know Rachel would have much rather probably dealt with the showmance or dealt with the other side of the house. But when you are the loudest one, when you think you're the dictator or the mictator, and you're going around telling people what to do and giving them their marching orders and trying to convince them, you're trying to convince her closest allies to turn on her, she has to put you on the block. Like it was one of those situations where Rachel had to do it, and Rachel is the only smart person who knows, I'm going to put 3 targets on the block. She's been trying to get Vince out for weeks. And I almost thought that she shouldn't have put him on the block here, but it's worked. It's worked. It worked out. it worked out because again, like she said, I'm putting 3 of y'all on the block, and I hope one of y'all gonna go home. So that's all that matters. And she's putting up 3 people who are detrimental to her game. Mickey over here saying like, why? That's so dumb. Why would you put up 3 targets knowing that only one of us goes home and 2 of us have to come back? Girl, because you shouldn't be putting up your allies and you shouldn't be putting up pawns, especially when you've been seeing in this season that the pawns / allies have been going home. Like, girl, shut. Sorry.
She been talking shit even after being nominated. But y'all,
Mickey's delusional. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the nominations. I feel like I agree with, like, it's something that she was in that moment forced to do because of how bad Mickey and Morgan were coming for her. I just think when I think about kind of what the end game could look like, I just hate that this side of the house couldn't get it together, because even though nothing is solidified, Rachel, Ashley, Will, Morgan, Mickey, Ava to an extent are a side of the game. And then you have another side where it is Katherine, Rylie, Lauren, Vince, Keanu, Kelley, where these people aren't necessarily looking at each other as targets. They're all looking at the other side.
Exactly.
So Rachel having to go after Mickey and Morgan, it really just eats at their own numbers more. And it's unfortunate because it was so unnecessary. It sucks because it's not, I think, the most optimal move for Rachel this week. She was kind of backed into the move because of how they were going against her, but it would have been so much better if she had just put up the showmance and Vince, or Keanu and Kelley and Vince, even though she got Keanu's loyalty now. Like, I just hate that she was in this situation that she was kind of forced to go after them, because by the end of the week, you see Morgan and her have a new alliance, and she's fully against Rylie now, and Katherine and Lauren are against her. Kelley is against Rachel. So it's like, it just sucks that she wasn't able to get out people who I think were way more threatening to her in game.
So sorry, I'm sorry, Pharaoh. No, like, I definitely agree, but this is Mickey's fault. You know, like that Mickey getting out Jimmy didn't need to happen. And if it did need to happen, she didn't do it in a correct way. it like that side of the house could have been stronger. The problem was Mickey and Morgan didn't want to be on that side of the house. They got rid of Jimmy because they wanted to be with Vince and Zach. They wanted to work, and Rylie. Mickey is convinced her and Rylie are like so tight, which sadly they are, because Rylie was talking about bringing her to the final 3. So it's because they wanted to reach across the aisle and work with those people. It's why her numbers are they're not even totally dwindling, because they're still like they're still
working together,
still the same number. But it's the reason they don't have trust. That's what it is. The trust in that side is completely broken because of all of the things that they have been doing to each other, between Jimmy, the blindsiding of Jimmy going home, talking about each other behind each other's backs to each other. Everybody knows everybody don't like each other. And it's so hard for them to it's going to be so hard for them to try and start over and just work as a unit, because there's just been so much infighting. Meanwhile, the other side are literally chilling. It's literally summer camp. They're literally doing nothing. And because they're doing nothing, they're not pissing each other off. So it's so frustrating to see the people who are actually gaming are gaming against their better interest. And because they have to deal with each other, there are people just sliding by.
Yep. That's why hot take. I didn't love these nominations for Rachel. I feel like at the time it was obviously what she needed to do, put up Mickey, Morgan, and Vince, because those were the main 3 people coming for her, specifically at the time that she won the HOH. Leading up into the HOH, if Morgan would have won, she would have put her up. So I fully understand why she put those 3 people up. It made so much sense, and she should have done it at the time. I just kind of wish she might have handled the turmoil with Morgan and Mickey a little differently, to where she could have access to targeting Rylie a little bit easier than what she did this week. This week, she kind of pissed off a lot of people. She pissed off Mickey and Morgan on this side. She pissed off Rylie and Katherine and them on this. She was pissing off a lot of people with the way she ended up having to complete this week. And I feel like if she would have maybe tried to not blow up on Morgan and just try to compensate Morgan for a while, and same thing with Mickey, and then work on those relationships, and then maybe put up immediately Vince, Rylie, and Katherine, to kind of avoid everyone on that side being mad at her, and Mickey being mad at her on this side, and Morgan kind of being irritated with her on this side. It's like, you done pissed off 7 people. And I wish she wouldn't have done that. I kind of would have preferred if she would have had conversations with Morgan and Mickey like she did with Rylie and Katherine, to try to like work with them, and then just target Rylie and Katherine. Because as we see by the end of the week, Rylie, Katherine, Kelley, Lauren, and Vince are all working together to get her ass out. And it's like 3 of them should have been on the block, because Rylie could win the blockbuster, and then all 5 of those people are still in the game. And then Mickey or Morgan could go home. Mickey going home is fine, especially after all of the events. And Morgan going home is fine after all of the events. But now Morgan wants to work with her. So it's like, well, now Mickey is like, well, I'm putting her up, but I'm also putting up Keanu and Kelley. And it's like, well, I mean, at least it's not your ally. Like, I feel like it would be way better for Mickey and Morgan to be fully safe this week than for one of them going home, specifically Morgan going home and Rylie staying. What if Rylie stays, wins the wall, now her ass goes home next week? You know, I just really wish this was more organized, to where it's like she could really take out Rylie, because she might not hit Rylie, and that's scary.
So I agree with that if this was a regular season of Big Brother. Like, I completely agree with that. The problem is, you see Mickey's reaction to Rylie being on the block next to her.
Ciao.
Mickey is currently in danger and still acting like she's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, these nominations needed to happen so that all of this stuff can be shaken up, and all of these things can be rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that going with the flow of the house, getting out the house target, like, oh, that's going to ingratiate me better with the house. No, what ingratiates you better at the house is blowing this up and then trying to rebuild it. And that's exactly what Rachel did, because like Rachel said earlier in the week, no matter, we can't pretend that she was not a target coming into the week period. She was always a target. She was always a target. So her having a safe HOH was just out of the cards, because a safe HOH does nothing for her. If she placated Mickey and Morgan would be still even higher on their high horses. Like Mickey, when Rachel won HOH, but before the nominations, was literally talking about targeting Rachel as Rachel is the HOH, and it's very high and mighty. Like, I don't think I'm going to go up. Morgan's going to go up, but I don't think I'm going to go up. Like, Mickey and Morgan specifically needed to be on that block, because without Morgan being on that block, I don't think she would have rekindled with Rachel. Like, they forgot how close they were at the beginning. Like, they really let that friendship and that working relationship go, and it's Mickey's fault. So I understand that it would be better for more of the people on the side that we don't like to be up on the block, but the way that all of this came about really shook some shit up, and that's why we have the judges now. That's why we have people trying to solidify stuff. That's how we have Rachel. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work or not working. I don't know. She's trying to pull in Vince for the first time ever. You know, Keanu is Keanu. Like, it is what it is. And I think that if Rachel had put up Rylie, Katherine, and Vince, she would have had a solidified whole house coming after her. Mickey off the block would have been stirring people up. How can Rachel do this? Rachel put Rylie up. This is awful. We all need to go after Rachel. All of that animosity of Rylie going up on the block, this, you know, just surprisingly on this veto, that Mickey would have used that to have everybody ostracize Rachel. I can guarantee, I can see it right now. And because she's trying to do it while she's on the block. She's literally she's telling Morgan, we need to save Rylie. Girl, what? Like, you can tell that Mickey has sacrificed Morgan in her head already. I hope Morgan, I think Morgan, we saw all the conversations today.
She realized
Morgan realized that, because Mickey is like, oh my God, like, because everybody thought if the two of them are up there together, Morgan's going because Mickey has more ties. No, Mickey had a whole bunch of people who were afraid. And once they finally were like, wait, you don't like her? They're like, you don't like her? I don't like her.
Like, that's exactly how I feel about her.
Girl. Sorry, I know I'm going in, but it's just
no, you're feeling. I love it.
This is the type of cast where, like, if Taryn, shout out to my boy Taryn, if Taryn cannot predict the moves, child, it's so funny to see him be wrong every day. Like, it is so funny.
No, it's not his
bad.
Fault.
It's bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not his fault. I've been on 2 streams with him where he says a prediction and the completely opposite thing happens. You know what I'm saying? and it's not his fault. It's these people are ridiculous.
No, they are crazy.
You need that type of weird whip up energy to try and get this thing going. And I really think this is where the game is gonna, like, really break open.
Yeah. No, I feel like I agree with that perspective. I feel like a lot of people who I kind of saw discussing the week were, like, of course, heavily Rachel stans, and of course did not like Mickey and Morgan. So to me, it just gave a perspective of, like, well, I mean, you just love Rachel. So whatever Rachel's doing, of course, you're just going to be supportive of it. But hearing you break it down, I really agree with that, because at the end of the day, this split was kind of needed. Like, people need to be aware of what side of the game they're on. And even if they do lose Mickey this week, which I'm hoping it's just Mickey, they can now rebuild on a strength of loyalty. You know what I mean? I guess just my fear is that Rachel did kind of make herself higher on the target list with the people kind of on that other side of the game, and that scares me the most. And I just wish, and like I said, I don't blame Rachel for this. I do blame Mickey a lot. I just hate that Mickey, Morgan, and Rachel could not have made this work, because none of them should be targeting each other at all. And it just sucks, because if we do get a negative outcome that some of us, probably most of us on this podcast, would not like, which is certain people at the end, it's gonna be because Mickey off taking out Jimmy, and it just
literally.
And like, I think the season could quickly become the BB25 in a way, you know, where it's like, he went home, and then the next few evictions, it was like, and then it ended up happening to where the game flipped, and then Jack kind of took it from there. Like, I would hate for a reality of, like, Riley's the Jag, or hell, even if I like Keanu, but I don't want Keanu as the winner of the season. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I would just enjoy a different reality. But
yeah,
we have to deal with what we're dealing with.
And I feel like I'm looking at Rachel as like the best player here because Mickey is not a good player. I don't expect Mickey to. Mickey has good qualities, but after that egregious HOH, I don't expect Mickey to be the player to act accordingly how she should as the mastermind, as the best player of the season. So when I'm thinking about Rachel, I'm like, what would the best player of the season do? And I do feel like the best player, Dan Giesling or Derek or whoever, would have pretended they weren't mad at Mickey when she put up Jimmy. Like, I think and when I'm putting the weight on Rachel, because I'm expecting more for Rachel because she's the returnee and she's that girl and she really is the smartest player in the house. In my mind, I'm like, well, if it was me and Mickey would have never drifted too far because when she would have put up Jimmy, I would have been like, well, you know what, girl? Yeah, it is what it is. Like when Jimmy was out of the door, after Jimmy went home, Rachel and Mickey, they weren't even talking. And Rachel was very annoyed. Mickey was very annoyed. And I really feel like that started the disinterest, which is rightfully so. Should Rachel be mad? Absolutely. Girl, you're dumb. I don't even want to work with you anymore. But, you know, a lot of the greats, Danielle Reyes, she would have pretended. She would have said, you know what? You know what? Yes. You know, Jimmy had to go. We had to do what we had to do. And you know what, girl? We just need to lock in. You know, I just wish Rachel would have did that. And even when she went off on Morgan in that storage room, go off on her, girl. You ate that up. But also, you know, Danielle Reyes or Derek or Dan Giesling, very much so. Well, yeah, Morgan, just make it to jury. Like, just keep your cool, Rachel. Keep your cool. But this is why I love Rachel, so I don't want her to not do it because it's why I love her. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when I'm thinking of you're the best player in the season, what would the best player in the season do? I needed her to be fake a little bit longer so that way she could actually take out Rylie. If Rylie doesn't go this week, I think it's bad for Rachel. I'm scared for her if Rylie does not go. So I'm like, girl, but hey, that was enough. We talked about that for a while.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And I definitely agree. I still really think the fault of the Jimmy thing, because Rachel even says it in her HOH. It wasn't the Jimmy thing that got landed them on the block. Again, it was the whole week prior, the week after Jimmy's gone, and the week before Rachel went to HOH on Ava's HOH, that Mickey and Morgan are really pushing this anti-Rachel narrative. Yes, it stems from Rachel going off on Morgan in the storage room. Once Rachel goes off on Morgan in the storage room, that's when Mickey's like, oh, why does she think she gets to be final 3? I'm final 2.
Yep.
And that's when that's when she starts the M&Ms and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I agree. It's rough.
It's hard. It was a difficult situation for sure.
To me, I just don't understand. Like, I'm really gonna have to go back and figure out how we got, like, how week 1 and week 2 Mickey got to HOH-itis Mickey to Tyrant Mickey. Like, I don't understand how this happened. Like, I truly don't. I'm like, girl, what is going on? And I tried defending her in them streets, and I was like, oh no. At one point, I'm like, no, I'm gonna come for you, sis. I'm just gonna keep it classy while I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure everybody around me keeps it classy as well. Like, we can talk about how bad of a game player she is without, you know, getting too crazy.
Without talking about her kids or her husband. No shade, like she does. But no, I agree. It's crazy, but that's what it was. I and honestly, just to clear it up, I felt like she had to do what she had to do. I think those noms made 1000% sense when she was HOH. 100%. It was just it's just the season is so stupid. It's so stupid.
Exactly. It's so forcing her to play
literally,
like you said. It like she has to play the game that is being presented to her, and I know she's in there like, what fucking circus is this? Like, who dropped me in the middle of this? None of these people saw her season. None of these people saw her season.
I don't want to
have the right to call them super fans.
What are y'all doing? Child.
They had to have done this on purpose, and it severely backfired.
Maybe that's what it was.
Like, there's no way you have a house full of people who have never seen her season.
Except Lauren. Child.
Who was 8 at the time.
8, literally. And that's the thing. It's like, usually I feel like with returnees, they do try to like help them out a little bit. I mean, even like in 18 making it teams, having 4 of them in there, coaches in 14, Paul with his friendship bracelets and things like that. Jesse came in on a team in BB11. Like, there's always something. This girl ain't get shit.
Herself. She came in with a ready-made alliance, basically.
And that's why it's also like even so much gaggier in this season, because it's like she's this far. She is part of a legitimate side. She is still staying. For a large portion, they were making sure she got the jury, so it's just so interesting to see her in this light, because I respect her more than so many returnees other than like an all-star season, because it's like, you really have no help, mama. Like, you could go home any minute.
Yep. She's very at risk. But yeah, she nominates them 3, and we get to the veto competition, and Lauren, who is Vince's #1 ally in her mind, has won the power of veto. It took her literally the entire week until they went off feeds and they went on Pets to announce the veto for her to decide. Once again, it took her forever. But she did decide to use the veto on Vince. She told Rachel about this. She said, well, Rachel, I think after 3 hours of waiting and doing her makeup and doing her hair and going downstairs and coming back up and hesitating, Rachel, I think I'm going to use the veto. And Rachel was like, well, you shouldn't do that, because I could put up one of your allies. I could easily put up Rylie. Like, I could easily do that. Like, you never know. I'm not putting up Kelley, actually. I'm not putting up Kelley if you use it. So just to clarify, Rachel did say, Lauren thought she was lying, but Rachel did say, I'm not putting up Kelley if you use it. Good luck. Lauren
also told her that she's putting up Rylie.
She literally said Rylie. She literally said, she said, I'm not putting up Kelley. She said, I'm putting up Rylie. She said a lot, because in that moment, she was like trying to get her to not use. She's like, well, I don't know who I'm going to put up. And then she said, well, I'm not going to put up Kelley. I'll let you know that. And she was like, well, you know what? I'm putting up Rylie probably. I think I might do that. I don't know, but I think I might. She literally told this girl, but Lauren thought she was bluffing. She went downstairs to Vince. She was like, girl, that girl lying. Well, Vince really helped her come to that conclusion. He was like, she's bluffing. She's not going to do that. Da-da-da-da.
And it's like, baby, this is Rachel fucking Rylie.
This is Rachel fucking Rylie. They've never seen her. They don't know who she is. They don't know who she is.
And then I love after she made the renom, she was talking to Keanu about it. He goes, Keanu, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Well, I think I told her to fuck around and find out.
She really did, though. And she really did. This
was so hilarious.
I don't know if I'm going to sound crazy. A part of me doesn't think Lauren should have used the veto. I don't know if I'm going to sound crazy, but I don't think Lauren should have used the veto.
Exactly.
I understand Vince is her closest ally. From her perspective, I get it. I totally get it from her perspective. But I have the bird's eye view. Bird's eye view, Vince don't give a fuck about nobody for real. Vince don't give a fuck about nobody for real. I do think he enjoys Lauren more than his other allies, but I don't believe he is worth it. But also, they had the votes when it was Vince on the block. With Rylie on the block, there's risks here and there. But there's risk here and there potentially if Vince doesn't evict Rylie, but he could still evict Morgan. Who knows? But I just feel like it was solid. All 5 of your group was going to be safe if Vince was on the block, because y'all had the numbers. It's just she really, really wanted to prioritize Vince. But if they lose Rylie, it's like, well, girl, you used the veto and you lost the number, where you could have not used the veto and ensured Mickey or Morgan were going home. Mickey or Morgan was going the fuck home when Vince was on the block. Now that he's not, both of them could stay. Hypothetically, both of them can stay. If Mickey wins the thing and it's Morgan and Rylie, and Vince decides he wants to save Morgan because Morgan gives him so much information, then Rylie goes home. And it's like, well, potentially Rylie goes home. And it's like, well, Lauren, you lost Rylie. So I didn't immediately think she should have used it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because even I was sitting there like I don't know. Like from her point of view, I get the indecision. I'm sitting here from Vince's point of view, like if Vince is the mastermind of the season, if he's the one we're supposed to be like, production loves to give us that white guy avatar. If he's the white guy avatar, then he needs to be pushing her to use it on him no matter what. Yeah. And I think the problem was, when she won it, she should have known from jump. That's my number one. I'm using it. They should have used the 3 days from the preparing for her to use it, and for them to put themselves in a better situation for after she did that. She didn't do that. That's why she's in an even worse position than she is now. So I think it was the right move. It was the wrong execution.
You're spilling. You're absolutely spilling. Lauren being so indecisive, it really hinders her side or her group or her allies, because like you said, if she would have decided quickly, then they could have planned for the renom to be the renom and planned to make sure they had the votes 3 days ahead of everyone else. Like the judges just got created today. Their group could have got created 3 days ago when she won the veto, but because she was being so hesitant and then they didn't have time to do shit. So by the time she uses it, it's like they're damn near blind. Like everyone's looking shook and panicking. It's like y'all should have been cohesive. Like great alliances, they're able to, and they're not even alliance. That's the problem. But at least her and Vince should have been able to plan out who's the renom, who potentially could go up if this person goes da da da. But she did so much back and forth. No one could really sit there and talk up to her about it because they're trying to convince her, well, girl, just use it. It's okay. Or girl, don't use it. Like we're trying to calm you down because you're so damn antsy. We can't even strategize with you about what you should do. And that's the problem. So I agree with that.
Yeah, Lauren, I don't need Lauren to get power for a while because famously, Mari, I've been saying that Lauren is important. I don't know why Lauren is important, but I have these visions, and for some reason,
I just don't get that.
And for some reason, well, here's the thing. She so far has won an HOH in a veto, and I do get the sense that she can be an in-game competition threat for the most part. I don't know if that's going to help undo a lot of her unable to make a decision, perception. But in general, I could see her being someone that could win a lot of those in-game competitions and be sitting in the final two. Can she win? No, not necessarily. Maybe against Katherine, but the way the season is shaping up, she could be next to Katherine, and then boom, I was right. But in general, it's so terrible, her decision making. Like when she first won, she said she does not want to use it. The only reason why there was such a big back and forth is because for once, Vince was actively pushing something, which I did not expect him to do. I was very shocked to see Vince step out of his box and say, "No, girl, you're using this veto.
Use that veto on me. I don't care."
And he went about it. It was kind of slow at first. He was like very much like, maybe you can. I don't know. But as the conversation kept going, it was very much like, go ahead and use it on me. You got this. And she was like, okay, sure. And after that, it was like she was using it. Like I even though she pretended to be back and forth with Rachel, I think once she got confirmation from Vince, this is what he wants. And she was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Like, that's what she was doing. And it reminds me of back in her HOH week when she didn't want to put up Ashley. Like, if Zach and Vince had told her, when she was literally begging them to tell her who to put up, and they said Ashley, she would have done Ashley.
Yeah.
So that is truly going to be her place in this game. Like, I think she's just going to be used to take out allies or other people that the other person doesn't want to take out. Mainly Vince, which... great for Vince's game, honestly. Like, this could definitely be a Mackenzie Chelsea type situation where this girl is very beneficial in the comps, and I can just use her to take out the people I don't want to take out.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I mean, in the finals, if she's sitting next to Vince, if he looks slimy enough, she could win. It could be a Russell Hantz, Natalie situation.
Yeah.
I would not vote for her.
I would never vote for her.
I wouldn't
ever. I'm voting Kat over her.
I can see it. And that's the key, right? Because if she had made that decision a day prior, and she just, instead of being afraid of Rachel, talked to Rachel. That's what Rachel said. Rachel said, just tell me in advance so I can do some combos and I can make a decision. Literally. Because I believe, because once Rachel had did the Rylie move, and for a minute there she was kind of questioning it. If Lauren had given Rachel a day, at least a day, I am 100% positive it would have been Kelley on that block.
Yep. I agree.
It would have been
even
Kelley.
when she was nominated, she damn near put up Kelley initially. Like, it easily could have been Kelley, but that was Lauren's problem.
She told her last minute, and then she had to go do it. And then we know Rachel Rylie, she's someone that is reactionary. Like she is going to get back at you, baby. If you get me, I'm going to get you before you can even get me again.
And deserve because Lauren kind of played in her face. Don't play in my face and have me shooken up an hour before. It's like Mickey and them telling Jimmy 15 minutes before the veto meeting. He going, girl, get the fuck out of my face. Like you playing with me. So yeah. She uses the veto and Rachel gagged her and puts up Rylie as she should. Hopefully he goes home, but putting up Rylie caused a bunch of stuff to happen, and now there are almost official sides to the game for the first time in forever. Let me pull them up so we can kind of get into it for real. All right, y'all. So we now have an alliance. It's been a while since we had one of those, bitch. We have the Judges Alliance. Now, the Judges Alliance was formed after That's the Group. That's the Group is not called That's the Group. I just called it That's the Group. Now, Kelley, after Rylie was nominated, Kelley got activated. We'll get a little more into that when we get into her playwriting because I got thoughts. But Kelley got activated and she was like, we need to make an alliance. All of us. 5 of us, not Keanu, because I don't fuck with Keanu. But other than Keanu, the other 5 of us, the 6, she literally said the 6-person alliance Keanu wanted, minus Keanu. Let's make that alliance, period. So she went to each of them one by one. She went to Vince. She said, look, we need to link up. We need to have an alliance meeting tonight. It's me, you, Lauren, Rylie, Katherine. She went to Lauren, said the same thing. She went to Katherine, said the same thing. She went to Rylie, said the same thing. The 5 of them agreed to meet. They did meet. They didn't do a lot. But they agreed to work together and that this is going to be an alliance of Lauren, Kelley, Rylie, Katherine, and Vince. And this was purely in reaction to Rylie being backdoored. Honestly, they wasn't doing none of this shit until Rylie got backdoored, and they was like, "Oh, not the whites." Oh, they didn't say that, but that's what they was thinking. So yeah. Thoughts on this? Thoughts on the group?
I mean, it's quite interesting. It's a group. Some would say
it's a group.
A meeting, a certain type of meeting. You know, starts with a K. But no, I just hey, there's a reason why Keanu isn't in it, even though Keanu literally wants to protect everyone in that group.
Right.
Yeah. Let's not get too deep. Well, we can. It's just a very interesting group. That's all. Then today on the live feeds, we saw Ashley, Will, Morgan kind of talking all week. Morgan has been talking with Ashley and Will and Rachel, very much so reconciling those relationships. So much so to where Ashley and Will are like, we're evicting Mickey over Morgan. Morgan is really in good with this group again. And Morgan always had it in her. Mickey is so dumb. Look at you, silly.
Ridiculous.
I can't wait to rate her. But Morgan really like, I guess, readjusted her game a little bit. Now that she's on the block, she didn't go AWOL like a lot of people thought she would. She kind of stayed calm. She got her shit together. But anyways, they've been talking so much together that Ashley, Morgan, Will, and Rachel literally had a conversation. They were like, we need to just make an alliance. We need to make an alliance. We need to include Vince in it. Ciao. So that's what they did. They literally pulled Vince up to the HOH room, and Rachel, Ashley, Will, Morgan, and Vince created an alliance called the Judges because they judging these bitches out of the game or whatever the shit was. And this is group. Notice Vince is in both of these groups. Of course, he is still killing the game, and he was just on the block. But this is the Judges Alliance. What do we feel about the Judges Alliance, child?
I mean, a lot of people were saying they don't like that Vince is included. I could definitely see why Vince being included makes people think that it's immediately fake and that he's going to rat it out. I don't doubt that he will tell someone like Lauren. I wish that they kind of had the forethought to include Lauren because that man is not going to work without her. But Vince is still a very passive player when it comes to decisions that are not directly affecting him. Like him getting off the block, of course, I think he was going to fight for that. But in a situation where he's now in 2 alliances that want his loyalty, he's not going to say no. Like when he was up there talking with them, he was trashing the showmance. He was getting down with the anti-Mickey stuff. He agreed to the alliance. So I think them forcing his hand, if let's say he were to win, I do not think he would necessarily touch people in this group. I think he would be too scared to. I could easily see a Keanu, Kelley, and Ava Nam. I really could, because he is so passive and kind of scared in certain ways with his gameplay. I think maybe he just wouldn't want to win, but I mean, after being nominated 2 weeks in a row, maybe you should want to win. Like, I just don't see him just fully flipping on these people, because he seems to be a type of player that is an opportunist. Like, he's going to take it where he can get it. And I don't see him being bold enough to say, well, I'm going to put up Ashley, Will, and Rachel after just making an alliance with them. I do not see that from him. Now, if that's him, child would gag the fuck out of me, but I don't see it.
I agree. I don't even think he's. I'm not even confident that he will tell Lauren. I think he might tell Lauren, but honestly, Lauren doesn't ask enough questions. And he doesn't give enough answers to where I feel like it because usually what happens is allies naturally talk to each other and then information naturally gets given. But if you realize, unless Lauren is the HOH or the veto holder, Vince don't really talk to her like that about game. Like it is very situational, and she needs to clock that he don't get to talking to her until she has power. But honestly, unless she has power, he might not say nothing. I can see him forgetting, or honestly, it's just not happening. Like him just not talking to Lauren. She doesn't talk. She does not talk. So it might not even happen. He might not even tell it out. But I agree with you, Lee. That
Vince is the RHAP floater of the season. He is the floater, and he is included in 2 groups with his 2 final 2s. Like Lauren is his final 2.
Wow.
Morgan is his final 2.
Like that.
That is why he is in these groups. And if he's smart, he is just going to go to the group that gets power.
Yep.
Because I haven't been paying attention with the last couple hours or so. I'm not sure if he's ratted it out yet or not. But if he keeps both of these groups quiet, and if his dream scenario of Mickey going home happens, he goes into that HOH, that possible wall comp. He can win it if he wants to. I wouldn't if I was him.
And he don't have to now.
He don't have to, but he could just let it play out, and whoever wins that power, he goes with that side. Easy peasy. And still have like no blood on his hands. He could still protect his other final 2, because think about it. If the judges win, if Morgan wins that wall comp, and Morgan does decide to put up a Kelley, Katherine, Rylie,
right,
then Vince would have Lauren's not even, and she's not even involved in that unless she's a renom, and she's the 4th target. So he can let that play out. If Katherine or Lauren win HOH and they put up Ashley, Rachel, Ava, again, Morgan is not in that. He can protect Morgan. If he can keep his mouth shut and play both of these sides, he will win Big Brother 27. Now, 100%. Will he do that? I don't know. I don't know if I have as much faith in him to really take advantage of this position.
Well, and people in the chat were asking, and his position is actually very crazy, because ideally for him and a lot of people in the house, Mickey just goes home. If Mickey goes home, hypothetically, right, and we take Mickey out, then it's really even, because Ava. People were like, why is Ava not in the judges? Because she be sleep all fucking day. She needs to get up and do something. But Ava is heavily aligned with the judges. Keanu is heavily aligned with that's the group. Which means, in reality, if Mickey goes, it's really 5 versus 5 and Vince. Like, he is golden, baby. If he rides, let me get him right in the center. Hold on. If he rides this out the way he needs to, it's literally 5 versus 5. And Vince, it's crazy. Like, he literally can snatch this game if Mickey goes home, which likely can happen this week. Like, he could really just play the middle. It's very much so 5v5. This is crazy. And this is what we're looking at going into next week, y'all. Like, Mickey is the biggest target right now. If Rylie wins, she will go home. She's definitely going home if Rylie wins. If Morgan, she's definitely going home no matter who wins. Am I right? Like, because now Ashley and Will aren't even evicting Morgan next to Mickey. They're evicting Mickey next to Morgan. Like, she's going the fuck home.
If Mickey does not win the blockbuster, she goes home. If she somehow wins, Morgan
Morgan can go home. If Vince, this is the thing, I think Vince would be stupid to evict Morgan over Rylie, in my personal opinion. I don't think Rylie gives him enough information at all. He kind of doesn't give him any.
And he has other allies.
And he has so many other allies. Morgan is indebted to him in a lot of ways. She's at the bottom of the judges. He knows that. She needs him, and she gives him every piece of information. I personally feel like even if it's Rylie and Morgan, he should just evict Rylie. And honestly, tell Keanu and Kelley and Lauren, oh, sorry, like he did last time, child. He did the same thing last time. And they need him. What y'all gonna do? Take him out instead of them?
He could evict Rylie and blame the vote on Keanu.
Oh, that's true. They don't
evict Rylie and blame the vote on Keanu. Yep. The biggest problem he might have with that, though, is would Mickey vote to keep Rylie over Morgan? That's the biggest problem there, because she's a dummy.
She's thinking about not doing
it. Who I think told Rylie that she would save him over Morgan.
Like what? Yeah. But yes, y'all, that's what we're looking at going into the eviction.
Crazy.
And going
that would be
next
crazy.
Week. That would be stupid. Like, we using too nice of words. That would be dumb. But we'll see, child. All right, y'all. Let's rate these players. I know that's right. Last week, Zach went home. We had him at the bottom of the rankings. We clocked that T. Mari, 0 to 10. You can use 0.5s if you would like. What would you rate Zach's game overall?
Zach's game overall, you got to give it a 0. He's sitting at home with an immunity idol in his pocket, his excuse of not using it was because I wanted to save this girl who voted his ass out. It's a 0. What are we talking about?
It was really bad. It was really, really bad. I think honestly, I think Zach's gameplay fucks him up in a lot of seasons. He is passive to the point of staying on the block. Like, I knew he was passive and I was like, but I thought it was like, oh, you're a 5 because you're passive, but you can still make it to the end. You're not that passive. No, he is so passive that he stays on the block when he has a power for no reason. That's how passive, that's how much he doesn't want to upset people. He volunteers during the HOH. He asks for volunteers and puts up his allies in the HOH competition. Not only should he have not stayed on the block, Ava shouldn't have even been the HOH. And it was all because of him, single-handedly. He got himself all the way out of the game because of how passive he is. I've never seen someone so passive that they got themselves out of the game. It was crazy. So I will say, honestly, I probably would have gave him like a 5 had he not been so stupid with the last week he was there. I was like, you're clearly actively playing badly. Like, you went home 8-2. That was terrible. 2 people who you had crushes on. It was bad. So I think he has the what's that privilege? He has like the pretty privilege. Pretty privilege that is going to help him every single season he plays. And I think there's one season randomly out of the 100 where he gets pretty privileged all the way to Final 2 and potentially wins. And because of that, I feel like I'll give him a 3. I'll give him a 3. And that's the best I can do right now. Lee.
At least you're admitting it's because of his face.
Like, his face card is lethal enough to take him to the game. But honestly, like, he did so bad this season, even with the face card. But let me shut up before I change my score.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of both points. I think definitely if I'm thinking about last week specifically, I would agree with the 0, mainly because that was such a dumb move. But trying to consider all 5 weeks, I'm like, there was a period of time where it felt like he was a front runner, and it did feel like he was going to go really, really far. And the only thing that stopped it was himself.
Yep,
which is insane.
Which is why.
It is really hard. It's really hard. Looking at the other placements I gave other people, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with the 3 because I don't think he is on the same level as an Adrian or an Amy. I think he would be much higher if he didn't send himself home, but he did. So
yeah, he fucked himself up.
He's worse. Y'all are being nice. My God, he was a front runner by sitting there and looking cute. The one person who won HOH was like, nah, I got a boyfriend. Get your butt on the block. And he stayed on the block with a power. If he had used that power, he could have coasted through jury. No, 0. He gets nothing. Nothing.
No,
Nothing for
honestly,
you.
and they're in the chat reminding me that he evicted Adrian. Like he switched his vote to evict Adrian when it could have been a tie, and they would have saved Adrian, who was one of his closest. It's like, oh my god, you actually are a terrible player. But I'm gonna stop. We gotta leave him before I just drop it down and down and down. Morgan, she had the second lowest score last week. It was bad for her last week. Her man was getting evicted, so it makes sense. However, this week, and I said this, I literally said, I feel like if Zach goes home, Morgan's game is going to open up. And it did. Like she truly started reverting back to those first 2 weeks where she was actually socializing with both sides of the house. She was making, but she had, people on both sides in a way. And she does have she does have Vince, who's going to help vouch for her ever so slightly for his side of the house. And then she has this new side of the house that she's with, the judges. They create an alliance. They all the way are evicting Mickey over her now because of all of the work she's done. She's helped kind of start trashing Mickey to a lot of people. She even started campaigning against Rylie to Vince, which I really, really like, because for a while she wasn't really campaigning to Vince because I don't think she thought she knew his vote. She needed his vote. But when they made the judges meeting and they all talked, she was like, also, you have to remember, Rylie and Katherine will always choose each other. And then, of course, Rachel and Ashley start helping campaign against Rylie. And I think that really started clicking with Vince. Like, hold on, maybe I do need to separate this showmance because Morgan doesn't have that. So I think she might even stay next to Rylie, potentially. I just really like her game. I think, now I really like where her game is going. It's still fresh. She's still on the block. I think she likely stays against Mickey. I think she could stay against Rylie if Vince is being smart and Mickey's not being stupid. But it's risky. She's on the block, so I'm scared to really go much higher, but I want to reward her in some way. I'll give her a 3.5, honestly. Like, she turned it all the way around. Turn it around. Lee?
Yeah, I think she did a lot of good work this week as far as, like, maintaining a level head and things like that. The only reason why I want to keep her kind of low at a 2 is because she is nominated. Mickey has basically said out loud and confirmed that she would evict Morgan over Rylie. So even if they do get Vince, Morgan probably still goes home. It's probably definitely going to go higher. It's just with her being on the block and the potential of being evicted on Thursday, I just feel like I can't really give her all that much grace yet. But I do think because of the Judges Alliance, because of her connections to Vince, that she could be safe a little bit moving forward. But I'm curious because we're still in the territory of, like, it just depends on who wins the competition. So we'll have to see.
Mari, how you feel?
Yeah, I normally don't go higher than a 3 for people who are on the block. And plus it's Tuesday. This cast is so ridiculous. My God, they are very ridiculous. The result is always completely different from what was going to happen on Monday and what was going to happen on Tuesday. So I'm going to give her a 3, but I do think like we said, she's trending in the right direction. She's trying to get that army behind her. She's not locked safe on the block. Like against Rylie, that's her biggest, that's the biggest chance she has of going home. So I'm actually hoping that I'm really hoping she wins the blockbuster. I think she wins the blockbuster. That I won't care who goes home at that point.
Literally.
I think she did good. I think she's doing good at realizing where her game was going, turning it around, seeing through some of the BS now. And she was, I say it all the time, she was my initial winner pick. When, like, preseason, I was just like, something about her, she's a winner. Like, she was my winner pick. And it was just like, and I'm just like, like, come back up. Yeah.
No, I do got to give it a 3 because Mickey literally said she was evicting her over Rylie. Why is Mickey so stupid? I'm wondering. But anyway,
and Mickey's stupidity affects all of her allies more than her. Like, that's what kills me about. Okay, we're not
send her ass home. Kelley is next. Lee, how do you feel about Kelley?
Who? I'm so sick of Kelley. I'm so sick of Kelley. Like, Keanu grew on me, but I really wish Kelley had been evicted. Like, she just does nothing for me. She really brings nothing to the game. Like, I will give her credit. I won't say she brings nothing to the game, because I'm giving her a little bit credit for trying to bring the Quite Alliance together. She was really active in going to these people and trying to form this, and they're already kind of not targeting each other anyway, but having like a solidified agreement is really good. And if that group were to continue winning competitions or were to knock out some more of Rachel and them side, then I do think she would be set up pretty okay, because I would assume that Rylie and Katherine may be looking at other people at that point, like a Keanu, maybe even a Vince. I don't know. But in general, I just don't really see a in-game path for her as far as like a winner. Now, if she does make it there, she does have a story, but I'm trying to see how she can fully get there, especially with how she is as a player. Like, I don't trust that she's going to be able to even maintain safety for herself because of how all over the place she is. And it's like, she was almost nominated this week. She could have been sent home if she was nominated. I'm gonna just keep her at the 2.
Mari.
Like, there's no way she doesn't get sniped out in one of the doubles. Like, if she makes it there's no way she doesn't get sniped at the doubles. Because I think they were speculating that there's gonna have to be at least 2 doubles this season. Yeah, so like, the fact that she is still here annoys the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wish she went when Jimmy went. But her gameplay is stupid. Like, me being a fan of Rachel to the side, Rachel's sitting here like, girl, I did not put you up. These people said they wanted you up. I'm trying to protect you. You understand that? Yep. And she's like, but why'd you put Rylie up? And I don't mind going up. And it's like, I hate you. Like, I oh my God, she gets on my nerves. Like, you volunteer on the block week to week to week. Then by the 3rd or 4th time you're on the block, you start crying like, I don't want to be on the block. So people take you off the block, and when they do, you're not even
mad,
excited about it. Like, and then she goes and she runs everything back to Lauren, and then she can't keep her mouth shut about anything. She has this weird hatred for Rachel for no reason, and unfortunately, she's gonna be a contender for the wall. And I'm over her. I'm simply over her. Like, even like me not liking her aside, her game just does not make sense. Like, who are you loyal to? You're loyal to Rylie, somebody who
hates you.
I don't be seeing them talking. Like, he doesn't have your back. He had, again, all these people who are loyal to Rylie, he's having Kat's back first and foremost. So at most you can be 2. Kelley, you're at least 4 or 5. Like, it's like Kat, Lauren, Vince, you. Keanu might be in there somewhere with Rylie. Well, no, but it's just like, what are we doing here? So 1, I'm giving her a 1.
Period. No, you're spilling. And that's why, like, that's why I'm side-eyeing the alliance that she created, because Rylie and Vince genuinely dislike her. They don't like her and they don't enjoy her. Whereas Keanu and Rachel are trying their hardest to be in a final 3 with her, and neither of them are included in the alliance. It just feels very particular as to who she wants in the alliance and why this alliance is kind of getting along, where they don't even like Kelley. Half of the alliance hates Kelley. Like, damn near all of the alliance hates Kelley. They don't like her. So that's why it's a side eye for that alliance. But I do feel like she's the most active person in that side of the house, which is sad to say, but she truly is more active than them, because they all just sit there and twiddle their thumbs all day. And I do think she's helping a group of people get to the end. And the reason it's not that good is because that group of people doesn't like her. So it's like, you're helping this group. It's kind of like JC. It's giving JC to, not JC in the sense of an actual strategic player, but the fact that she's creating this whole alliance and helping this group, and we got to target Rachel and spreading all the tea that Rachel's saying and all the tea Keanu. It's like you're helping a bunch of people who don't fuck with you. You're going to lose. Like, it's really, really bad. It's really, really bad. I see an Angela trajectory for her because of like the chaoticness. I see her never getting stability. You know how Angela never was stable in the game, and then she got out. Was it a double? Yeah. She went home at a double. I see exactly that for Kelley. I'm giving her the 2. That was embarrassing. Next is Mickey. Child, Mari.
Oh no. Oh no.
What are you giving her?
Mickey, girl, stand up. Stand up. Like, first and foremost, like, just the audacity, that she had going into the week. Rachel being HOH and her really thinking like, I'm not going up. There's no way I'm going up. Her questioning all of Rachel's closest allies, scrambling, being so overtly like not happy about the result, having a weird tense conversation with Rachel, and then being surprised she goes up on the block. She then goes up on the block, says some of the most horrendous things about Rachel. Like, that's one thing about Mickey. Like, again, we see this behavior all the time in Big Brother. We always see people talk about people behind their backs on Big Brother. But it's like, why do you keep talking about her husband and her kids? Why you keep talking about her husband and her kids?
What they got to do with it?
Like, oh, she's still the same person she was 15 years ago. Ma'am, you didn't see her season. You saw clips, and you must have not interpreted them clips right, because
she ChatGPT clips. Child.
Rachel never gave manipulative. Rachel never gave conniving. Rachel gave upfront, in your face, I'm coming for you. It was never sneaky. It was always, I'm coming for you. There wasn't no seed planting. Rachel was never a gardener. She was a bulldozer. So those clips that you saw, you interpreted them wrong. And for her to say like, oh, a husband and kids didn't change her, and to keep bringing them up, it sounds like jealousy.
It's giving I want a husband and kids. Rylie.
Exactly. Calling her old. We are the same age, Mickey. Me and you are the same age, and we are not that far away from Rachel. Like, let's slow this down. Let's slow it down. So all that personal stuff aside, like, I think her still acting like she's running things when she is on the block and still treating her allies like they're just foot soldiers and minions. She straight up called Ashley a minion. Like, the way she is treating these people was working until it didn't. It's like, Dan's missed the moment that everybody got together and everybody realized we want her gone. Like, I skeeted this earlier, but like Lauren and Vince want Mickey gone. Rachel, Keanu, Kelley want Mickey gone.
Yep.
Ava, Will, and Ashley don't mind if Mickey's gone. Everybody didn't mind Mickey was gone, but nobody was telling each other that.
Yep.
So the moment they all get into a room and like, I don't like what Mickey did to me, and everybody's like, oh my God, yes. It's like they're sharing PTSD war stories about how bad Mickey has treated them. And the moment you do that, that facade falls, that mist lifts, she's on the block, and all these people are like, let's get rid of her. And she is in a very bad situation. If she does not win that blockbuster, she is going home. So I'm gonna give her a 1, because there's still a chance, because she has the blockbuster. And just her active game playing is what hurts her and helps her. But she's just been so ridiculous, and her response to Rylie going on the block was just so dumb. Like,
it's embarrassing.
Rachel just put a bigger target on the block next to you. You should be thanking her. You should be trying to figure out how to get this man out. You're over here mad on his behalf and talking about, we got to save him. Girl, you got to save yourself. Like, let's focus on yourself first. So yeah, no, I got to give her a 1. I'm not going to give her a 0. I'm going to give her a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 0. It's a 0 for me. She is getting evicted if she's next to Morgan. She's getting evicted if she's next to Rylie. If she was next to Vince, she was getting evicted. She hasn't won any competitions, so there's no reason for me to think that she would win the blockbuster. She's focused her entire week on not campaigning, but instead trashing Rachel, who still has some type of influence. She lost all of her allies. Will and Ava are now evicting her next to Mickey. Next to Morgan, there's a whole new alliance formed, and she's not in it on either side. She's one of the 2 people not in either alliance, or even an attachment. She's not even an attachment to either alliance. She's the only person who's not even attached to either alliance. Very terrible gameplay, all because of her. Also, she wants to evict Morgan over Rylie, who hates her and was campaigning the most to get her out. Honestly, a lot of people were being coy because they were scared. Rylie wasn't scared. She took my HOH. I don't really care. She needs to go. Matter of fact, let's make sure. All of that. Baby, you're doing everything wrong and nothing right. It has to be a 0. I hope you go home. Good luck. Well, I hope Rylie goes home. But hey, you can go. Lee.
I mean, yeah, I agree with the 0. I mean, y'all basically said everything that needed to be said. She is a terrible player. Not the best person either. But in general, it's crazy because I thought after her HOH, she would be able to kind of come down from this HOH-itis, but it's truly just still there. At this point, it's I don't know what it is. She is completely off her rocker. And it's crazy some of the things that she believes that she can do and who she believes are going to vote from where. Like, she truly believes she's dictating this vote from sitting on the block, and everyone has turned against her. I would love to live in her world of delusion. I'm pretty sure it's rainbows and sunshines every day. And honestly, maybe we all could benefit from being this delusional. You know what I mean? Because for a second there, it looked like maybe she was going to be able to make something shake, but it all came tumbling down. And honestly, it feels like Final Destination. You know, in Final Destination, when the initial kill happens, and the girls survive, you gotta go back and get them. Yeah, she was not gonna survive after taking out Jimmy. It just wasn't gonna work. They're gonna get your ass. They're gonna get your ass.
You gonna get got, girl.
And this is the week now. It would completely gag me if she won Blockbuster. I am expecting her to lose and go home. If this girl win Blockbuster,
I'm not gagging.
Child, gay ass. I would be so gagged. Like, I really hope at this point, because at first I was kind of wanting it because I was like, oh, Morgan will still stay. Because like Mickey has no chance standing against Rylie. But Morgan, I thought, did. Now Mickey want to keep Rylie over her. It's like Mickey can go.
Like, so I literally want her to go. If you want Rylie to stay, she want Rylie to stay so bad.
If she's gonna stay obsessed with this white man, she can go. I mean, this is not Brad Pitt, girl. This is not even. I don't even know who it is.
This is Rainbow, the lizard. Like, please, I can't.
I kind of get hammerhead shark.
I said that he looks like he's drawn like a Bob's Burger character, and everybody was like, "That's an insult to Bob's Burger." I was like, "I'm just saying, he looked goofy.
It does kind of get
easily
bad.
drawn."
Yeah, child. Next is Keanu. Still horrible reads. Him being an active player should help him, but it still doesn't. He's not in either of the alliances. He's seen as an affiliate to kind of both because the people on the Judges Alliance think Rachel has a relationship with him, and then the people on the other side think they have some type of relationship with him, but he's not in any group because no one trusts him fully. No one really likes the way he plays the game. His reads are so off that no one can really actually strategize with him. Even when Rachel tries, it doesn't work because he's wrong about everything. I do think he's gotten like a notch better at some of his reads, because usually all of his reads are wrong. This week, I think he had like 1 or 2 good reads. I was like, oh wait, you're kind of right. But that's not enough. It's not enough. I think he will be safe. No, he won't. And that's the problem. Even with the sides, I could still see him getting nominated. Morgan might still nominate him. Because Vince is so passive, he might nominate him. Because Lauren's so passive, she might nominate. Like, he could still get nominated by damn near half the house because people still don't like him. Like, goddamn. Even Rylie, he was like, I'm nominating Rachel and Keanu because they're close. Because people think Rachel and Keanu are close, a lot of them are nominating them together. It's bad for him still. Like, goddamn. I guess I'll give him a 2.5 for finally not being on the block. That's it.
Yeah.
Lee?
Yeah, I mean, congrats for not being on the block, but I feel like I can't go any higher than a 3 with Keanu, only because he truly is not understanding who is actual good allies for him. Like, at the end of the day, he is so much trying to help out that's the group alliance when none of them fuck with him at all. I don't understand what his obsession is with those people, but baby, they don't like you. Okay, pick up your hand and look at what you got. Okay, they don't like you, mama. Okay, so, and it's so annoying because I do think people like Mickey and Morgan and Rachel at a certain time were actually trying to work with Keanu and give him good information and help him out in the game where no one wanted to work with him, and he just said fuck them. He's gonna go listen to the nearest man, Vince, who talks shit about him all the time and rats out almost everything he says. Rylie, who doesn't give a fuck about him. He's talking to Lauren. She don't give a fuck about him. Kelley don't give a fuck about him. Katherine don't even talk about him. These people do not know you like that. They don't like you like that. And the people who would actually give him a chance, he doesn't like that. Like he doesn't like at all. So it's not gonna work. Him in this final two with Rachel, while I enjoy that he's actually working with Rachel, it's almost as if it's nothing because he wants to take out all of her allies, and she's like, well, that doesn't make any sense, and he doesn't see anything wrong with his side of the game or the side of the game that he thinks he's on, when in reality he has no inroads with that side that he believes, because he's still going based off the logic that him, Vince, and Rylie have a final three. I don't even think Vince and Rylie talk about that anymore. But he still believes it's true, so it's true. Right. And even like when he's talking to Rachel, like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that, and that was a problem, and you put my game at risk." And it's like, sir, what game? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's like I hate when people last so long, like him and Kelley, because the audacity, it starts growing, and I'm sick of it. I truly am. Like Keanu, he's growing on me, but it's so annoying seeing someone be so wrong all of the damn time.
Yeah, I don't need to
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, even if say Rylie won in HOH and ended up having to like say renom Keanu, I think Keanu would still not wake up to the fact that you're expendable to them. Yep. Like, that's the scariest part to me. Like, I want to give him a 3, but I'm afraid that they could show him in so many ways that they do not care about his big brother life, and he would still be like, no. You know, he'll use his mental gymnastics to okay their move. So definitely I'm giving him a 2.5. I mean, didn't he went on the block in Lauren's HOH, and he still thinks he
can work with her,
right? So it's just like he told Rachel that he thought he envisioned getting to the final 3 with him, Rylie, and Rachel, and then telling Rylie he has to go. Like, these people clearly not only watched a few seasons, but they clearly never watched the end game of any of these seasons, because how do you think you're going to get to the end with Rylie, Rachel, and yourself, and you think you're gonna win the final HOH? Like, Rylie is just so built for that final HOH, except for maybe I don't think has anybody seen him go over days or anything like that. And how would you get Rachel there with Rylie? Like, people, I don't think people, it's the same thing with like Mickey wanting like her, Rylie, and somebody else at the final 3. Like, y'all gotta really think about how that can shake out, because it's not happening. I don't know. Keanu just shows promise. Like, he's active and he shows promise. It's just he works off the wrong information, and he just does not believe the correct information. It's almost like watching somebody play like Blood on the Clock Tower, and they're like poisoned, and they're just making all their decisions off really, really bad info, but they're so convinced because they think they're whatever role that they're assigned, you know. And it's like, I want better for you. You know, I want better
literally, for you. Literally. Child. Next is Kat. Lee, thoughts?
Katherine, as the game progresses, she is definitely becoming a more important player, I guess I could say. The Rylie and Katherine showmance is kind of being targeted and is being seen as a threat that people are scared to go after. Katherine this week, I enjoy some of the things she did as far as like trying to get Lauren not to use the veto, because of course someone like her or her showmance to go up, and she was really trying to get that to stop happening. It didn't work, and I would argue if Vince wasn't there, it probably would have worked, but hey. But in general, she just doesn't do much at all necessarily, and that's what kind of I just find annoying about players like her, Rylie, and even a little bit Lauren, even though that's my sister. It's because like you truly are not doing anything in this game. You got casted because you're pretty to some people, and now you're here just enjoying your summer, having a summer of a lifetime on a show that you don't even watch, and it's just like, so we're watching you do nothing but cry over a psychopath all day. I don't love it. I just don't love it. So with Katherine, it's like, I gave her a 3 last week. I'm gonna just keep her at the 3. Honestly, a lot of these people either gonna go lower or stay the same because they're not doing anything to progress, And I think Katherine's one of those players. Like, she is someone, unfortunately, that we may see in the end game at this point, and she's doing nothing to actually get herself there. So,
Mari, how you feel?
I agree with all of that, but I will give her a little bit of grace. She was the only person on that side of the game board that correctly realized, for her game and for most of that side's game, don't use the veto. She was the person really, really pushing Lauren not to use the veto. She laid out all of the correct instincts of as to why not. When she is not near Rylie, she is still a mean girl and insufferable. But when it comes to the game, you could tell that she had a little bit better of a head on her shoulders when it comes to the game. It's unfortunate for her and for us that she's so wrapped up in him, because she could be a better active player if she didn't have to devote 80% of her time with him, because if she didn't, he blows a casket. So I'll give her a 4 just off the strength of she's been gaming better than all the people we've previously talked about. And she did have the correct read of the week. And I'm kind of hoping she gets mad at Lauren because of Lauren putting Rylie in this position. You know what I'm saying?
I do agree with that. I agree with what you're saying, Mari. Like, she seemed good strategically this week in general, because before the whole veto thing, she was having not one-on-ones, but kind of with Mickey. She had some with Rachel, and like she was doing good at like spreading herself around. It was to the point that at the beginning of this week, people thought Rylie and her were in the middle of the game. Well, they kind of were in the middle of the game if Rylie didn't get backdoored because of this. And Kat started trying to juggle that. She started trying to talk to both sides about it. And she was doing decent. And then she was correct about wanting the veto to not be used. So all of those things were positive, but by the end of the week, she still didn't do enough. You didn't get the veto not used. The veto was still used. Now Rylie, who is your number 1, is on the block. I don't think he goes home, but what if he does? Now it's like, you're fucked. And she's not really, she's not doing a lot to do anything about that. Kelly's making this alliance. She's not even making the alliance. It's just like, she's not doing enough. And I think it kind of cancels out that even though she had good moments, Riley's still on the block, so I'm gonna keep it a 3. It's not,
That's a great point.
Ashley, Mari, how you feel about Ashley?
It was looking rough at the beginning of this week. I was like, what are you doing?
She needed to lock in.
It was scary. Like, I was like, oh my God, why are you going down with the Mickey? You're sinking with the Mickey ship.
Right.
When Mickey was just berating you like days ago. The way that and of course Ashley doesn't know this, but the way that Mickey talked about Ashley behind her back is so annoying to me as well. And then for her to be like, well, she's like my little sister, so it's okay. Like, no, stop being rude to that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know. I don't know if the DR, I don't know what made her see the light. I like how they were talking about on the update that they call her the good twin, bad twin, because of just how crazy her reads swing, like how they swing in opposite directions. But like, I'm just so glad that she woke up. I think it's not much of a mystery. It's just her, Will, and Ava finally opening up and talking to each other more. But like Ashley realizing like Mickey really was the driving force of putting a wedge between that whole entire side. You know what I'm saying? Like Mickey is having Ava and Will talking about Ashley. Ashley was never really dogging Mickey like that. You know, she's the one who's keeping Morgan away from them. Like them just commiserating together and being like, oh my God, that was some really horrible behavior. And why did we let her say all of that? Why are we entertaining all of that? And for her to come around, it was great. She's still in a rough position because no matter what, if anybody on that side, that other side, that group over there, any of them win, she's definitely going up. She's definitely going up. And depending on how the week shakes out, she could be the main one going home. So because of that, because her positioning is weaker, I'm gonna give her a 3.
Yeah, you spilled on everything you said. I feel like initially in her mind, I think Ashley goes based off of like her gut. She's very smart and she's good at understanding the game board. And I think her gut was telling her Mickey was good for her game because she doesn't know all of the shit Mickey's doing to ruin her game. And I kind of understood where she was coming from in that moment, but it was fucking up her position. But she controlled it. She helped encourage this alliance. She was the main one encouraging the judges. She told Will before they were upstairs. She's like, we need to kind of just make a group. Like, don't we need to just do that? She told Morgan, and then they went upstairs, and then she said it again. She's like, well, shouldn't we get Vent? Like, she really does a lot of active work, and that always helps her because this alliance is great for her. I think all these people will keep her safe for the most part. The issue is she's going to be one of the biggest, I feel like, easy targets for the other side if they win. And that's really, really bad for her. And I don't think she's going to be able to avoid that target. Hopefully she can win a comp or something, but her position isn't great and it's not stable. So I just don't like that. I think I also have to give her the 3. Damn, these bitches suck. Lee.
I'm gonna keep her at the 3.5, mainly because I do like her reads on the game. Like, she was truly one of the first people I feel like to recognize the threat that Rylie and Katherine are. She was also one of the people to figure out how close Lauren and Vince were and how that group intersected with Mickey, Morgan, and Zach. Like, I think that she just really has some strong reads that people are finally waking up to. You know, and like she's been on it, and I really enjoy her for that. Unfortunately, her position is not that good, like y'all mentioned. But I do see someone like Rachel, someone like Morgan potentially being a target in front of her. You know, her side could start winning some more as well. So it's like I could see her, you know, making her way through the game a little bit further. It's just, do I see her position ever being better than what it is? Unfortunately, no, unless they're able to somehow decimate that entire other side.
Shout out to Khalil. Khalil said, put some respect on my good sis Ashley, now that the other Mary Kate. I don't know about that. Oh my God. Sorry to that twin. Not Mary Kate and Ashley is the twins. Child. But yes, next is Lauren. I'm so fucking sick of her. She did her little veto move. It was cute or whatever. I would have preferred her either execute it differently or just not do it at all. Strategy wise, she's not that active, which is unfortunate. She's protecting Vince, which is maybe okay, but I don't think he's going to protect her. She's now in this new group that's forming, but she didn't do anything to help form it. But I think she is kind of safe. I think there's still people who would nominate her. Some of the Ashley and Morgan had conversations about how they could just nom Kelley, Keanu, and Lauren, and then that upgraded to Rylie, Kat, and Keanu and one of them. So I think she'll be safe. You know, even if she's a renom, I don't think she'll go home. I think she's fairly safe. And I gave her a 4 for being safe last week. I think I'll just give her a 4 for being safe this week. Lee.
Yeah, Lauren, she like I said, she keeps embarrassing me. I'm gonna have to, you know, calm down on the support. It's barely support. It's more so just a vision. But in general, she is not living up to that vision at all. It's really bad. Her decision making is truly what I am so down on. I don't really care what decision she had made. I just wish she stood in the decision. Stop going to other people and asking for advice. And when someone asks you a straight on question, well, I just need to, girl, calm down. It's easy. Save your number one ally or don't. It's so simple. I don't know what else you want to do, but people already know y'all are close. People would have expected you to use it. Just tell people you're going to use it. It's so frustrating because I feel like she is someone who is going to have a lot of power going forward, and she's going to continue to prove to people that you're not good with power. So it's like she could be building a resume off comps alone, but no one's going to see you as the person who are actually making these decisions, you know? So I just don't like it. Honestly, I'm going to drop her down to a 3 because of that. I just feel like, you know, she could potentially lose someone like Rylie this week. I don't like that she couldn't stand in her decision to do what she wanted to do. I do not think Lauren is someone that is in danger, but I just don't like seeing her in power. So next week when she's, you know, back to sunbathing and chilling, she'll go a little higher because the position will be better. But I just didn't like this week for her.
Yeah. Mari, thoughts?
So she's a very annoying decision maker, but at least she is getting the power to make the decision. Again, it's very annoying. And I mean, she made a good decision in the short term, as in saving her number one ally. We'll just have to wait and see on how it affects her in the long term with the rest of her allies. And, you know, as long as if she gets some good comp outcomes, this isn't a mistake by all means on how she played the week. So, and unfortunately, she still has that baby girl aura of everybody just wanting to protect her, and she can just do her little white woman tears and everybody's like, oh, it's okay, she's so innocent. So I mean, she's in a good position. Again, like we said, I think people will be like, there are bigger threats on her side that they want to get out first. She will probably make it deep in the game. So even though she is annoying and all of that, I'm probably gonna have to agree with Hannah from last week and give her a 5 just because of positioning, her ability to win. The wall is coming, y'all. If the wall is coming, she is one of the top contenders. I think one of the only things that might hinder her is the last time they thought it was the wall, she was talking about just wearing a tank top and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you're supposed to be the super fan. You know, you got it. You know, you need the jacket. You know, you need, you know, to keep them handholds dry. She's not doing some of that wall meta, so that might hinder her. But she has that perfect physique for the wall, or at least, you know, the old perfect physique for the wall. So she's winning things. She's on the side of the house that unfortunately I really feel like they're due for a win soon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give her a 5 or whatever.
I think with this wall coming up for sure is gonna happen. But I will say, every time she's in power, the decision made is one I prefer. Because when she was HOH, I did not want Ashley to go up. Adrian went up.
Personally prefer, please.
And went the fuck home. This week, I wanted Vito to get used because I wanted some shit to shake up, and Vito got used. So I feel like if she were to win the wall in this next week, baby, Keanu or somebody going home. Like, I don't think she is so against doing moves that like could better her game that she is not going to take out Rachel. She's not going to take out Rachel. She ain't take out none of that side. Kelley gonna go home, girl. She'll send home Katherine before she send home one of them. I don't know. She just, I feel like she always does things to eventually help that side. Because even Vince coming off the block could potentially save Morgan against Rylie. And it's like, girl, I don't know. It's just like, that's funny to me. Like, she is always helping that side. So keep doing that, sister.
Shout out to Kelly's burner or Kelly's best friend or Kelley mama in the chat, Tegan. Going back to the queen, Kelley is the true winner of Big Brother 27, no matter what happens. Kelley and Keanu both made week 7. Y'all doubted my legends. You are delusional. Love you, though. Thank you.
They made week 7 because of the BB Blockbuster. Literally, that's
Oh.
why. And Kelley might be in a decent position because she was rallying the troops, but her gameplay is horrendous. Her
Like,
gameplay is
girl.
horrendous. She's too blunt. She talks to people out of the side of her neck too much. She tells people the wrong things. Like, she annoys most of the house. She's actually, if she makes it deep, she could be a good goat because nobody likes her.
She will not be getting the votes to win this season, child.
Yeah.
I really hope that. I hope they don't fall from like some sob story that she was nominated 15 times.
They're not gonna fall for that, baby. She's not. They don't like her. They've already talked about how many times they will not. They're like, I'd even vote this over Kelley. I don't even think I'm voting. They do not want to vote Kelley. She's losing. Loser. Next we have Rachel motherfucking Rylie. Lee, how you feeling about Rachel?
Miss Rachel. First of all, shout out to Rachel for winning HOA. Shout out to Rachel for putting up Rylie, girl. She did her big one. We already talked about it a little bit earlier in the week. It's unfortunate that she was put into a box to have to go after Mickey and Morgan, because for the most part, I don't think that's the best move for any of their games to be targeting each other. And in general, I like that this move by putting up Rylie caused the split. I just think it's unfortunate because I could tell at the beginning of her week she was trying to, put up Vince, Mickey, and Morgan, and then start making inroads with the showmans, Kelley and Keanu, which was great. I think it was a great alternative. It's just those people never truly respected, for the most part, or trusted Rachel, and I don't think they was ever going to have that much foundation. It's unfortunate that the three girls couldn't work it out, because I do think the foundation could have been there to a certain extent, and with that being lost, she's now dealing with a full group of people who probably would nominate her and would like for her to go home. Vince, Zach, and Lauren were already talking about it when Zach was in the game. Katherine and Rylie, I would assume, are definitely going to do it now after Rylie just got put up. Kelley been wanting to do it for weeks. It's a good thing that she has Keanu not wanting to do it, but Keanu is not helpful in the slightest for anything. What I do love is by the end of the week, she was able to rekindle with Morgan, rekindle this group with Ashley, Will. She still has Ava. And I do like that they included Vince in this group, because her and Vince had a lot of turmoil, and I could see them forcing Vince's hand into a situation to where maybe he votes with them, or maybe he doesn't put her up and things like that. So I think there was some bad. I think there was some good. My biggest issue is just her positioning. I do think that she stands out as the biggest target for that side. But, with it being kind of split in a way, it really just depends on who wins the HOH. Like, next week can be perfect for her, or it could be fucking terrible. So because of that, I think I'm going to just give her... I'll give her the 4.
Mari, how you feel?
I'm going to give her a 5. Extra bonus point for shaking shit up.
Period.
She's definitely the tallest head. She's the tallest head. Tallest head normally gets cut. But she's a very slippery one. She knows what it's like to have her back up against the wall. These nominations really did cause a stir in the house. So I'm gonna give her a 5, because something's happening. At least something is happening. She made it so something is happening. It's 2 weeks in a row that we don't get like the house consensus targets on the block. We don't just get a Kelley, Keanu plus bonus target, whatever. So her overall prospects in the game might have gone down, but I'm gonna give her not a 10, but I'm gonna give her a 10 for this week for actually doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. I think I have to land on the 4. I already said my thoughts about her HOH. I ain't gonna keep dogging her out a little bit. But no, honestly, she did fine, and I think she did everything that she needed to do within the confines of the HOH. It just got slipperier with the veto being used and stuff like that. I don't love her future in this game. I feel like it's wobbly, but her being in this new group, hopefully it could save her. We'll just have to see, child. Next is child, not him, Vince, He done got off the block, y'all. He in both of the lines, y'all. Like it's this man, y'all. Mari, how you feel about Vince?
I mean, he made the most obvious move happen. His number one ally who wasn't on the block used the veto on him, but it took forever and a day to make it happen. So it's like, should I give him a cookie for making what should have been something really easy happen?
Applaud a fish for swimming. Child.
Like, I don't know. His positioning is clearly the best in the house right now. It's giving Devon being in the middle of two couples, but hopefully he knows that that's a good thing, and doesn't panic like she did. So I'm gonna give him a 6 for positioning, mostly for positioning, a little bit for stepping up his game, him realizing he can't be so wishy-washy with Lauren. Like, he learned his lesson from her HOH. Yeah. He learned how to be more direct with her. And he still wasn't as forceful as I feel like he needed to be, but he at least is learning. So, I have to, if I'm gonna give Rachel some points for shaking shit up, I gotta give Vinny some points for very much convincing his ally to take him off the block, no matter what would have happened. And not only that, did he have that happen again? He found it. He fell into another alliance. He's been invited to 2 alliances right now. Like, that's amazing. Yep. So if he doesn't squander this positioning, it's a really good pathway for him.
I agree. The position is phenomenal, honestly. And he was already a big contender to win the game. He had these 2 very bad weeks. Not even very bad. He had these 2 weeks where he had to kind of fight or stay alive, stay afloat. And he has done it. Like, he did get Lauren to use the veto. And honestly, with her being so damn scared of the fucking wall of her own shadow, it is a little impressive to make Lauren do something. Like, that girl doesn't want to do shit. So him making her do that or helping convince her to do that is impressive. I'm going to give him the 6.5. The position is there. He's starting to play a little bit better. And it's 6.5 because of the 2 alliances. Boy, you're in 2 alliances. Like, you're the only one. You're in the center of the game. He just has to control it. I can see him going down next week if he doesn't control it, but we'll see. Lee?
Yeah, I mean, I'm even thinking about last week, which I think was definitely one of his weaker weeks. Like, it was a very hard chance. Am I using that right? It was a low chance, is what I want to say, of him going home. Even though he was nominated, he was positioned as the target. It was really hard to try and locate those votes for him to go home. And at the beginning of this week, Rachel has always been saying how bad she wants Vince to go. I'm not 100% sure if she was wanting any specific person, but based on what she had been saying, I would have assumed it was Vince. And Vince basically wasn't going home this week either. Like, he's really been able to maintain these relationships with people who he has in the past betrayed on votes and things like that, and they're still so loyal to him and do not want to go after him. And he doesn't even have to be in the room, and people are including him in alliances. I mean, he just got put into an alliance willingly with Rachel Rylie, the woman who has been throwing his name around for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's like the fact that he's able to be so connected with so many sides of the game, with people are catching on to it and them still being like, okay, we're going to include Vince. It's like, to me, it's really impressive. I did like seeing him convince Lauren to use the veto. I think, to me, it just shows that she will do whatever he wants. It may take some time, but she'll do it. And I like seeing that he cared enough about his game, unlike someone like Zach, to get off the block, even when he didn't have the power. So I like a lot of what he's doing. I feel like he is definitely the best player in the house at this moment. I would probably say by far at this point, as far as like who I can see winning the game.
It's a gap.
So I agree with the 6.5. I'm not gonna give him the 7 yet, because I would like to see him push his weight around a little bit more, and I feel like I kind of got that this week, which is why I was like, okay, Vince, I see you, but I would really like for him to kind of get out of this, like, oh, why does everyone hate me? And I just don't get it. And
notice as soon as he got vetoed, he ain't say nothing about that. Well, he still mentions it, but he really changed his tune when he got vetoed. He started playing back like the week 1, week 2 Vince. I was like, who is this? Who is this? Now that you're not on the block, sir. Girl, watch out.
But that's so exciting too. And then what Mari pointed out was the fact that like he has his final 2 on each side of the game. And they both are making sure he's included in these groupings, even when he's not in the room. Like stuff like that is definitely top tier, in my opinion. So 6.5.
Exactly.
Next is Ava. I'm not gagging. She sleeps. She's not even invited into the line she should easily be in. She's not actively playing the game that well at all. She was defending Mickey for a long while, and then she randomly stopped defending Mickey, but she's still dragging Ashley. She's doing a bunch of shit on one side of the game, and she needs to be focused on everybody else on the other side of the game. Now she wants to save Rylie potentially as well. She was hesitant about it. She was like, I think I want Rylie. Do you talk to Rylie? She's just off on all of her reads because she's not active in the game, and that's why she's not included in alliance, and that's why she's not knowing who to vote out, and that's why she doesn't know what Mickey's doing until the last. Like she's lagging behind. She's like a week behind. She's like a week behind her. She has to catch up. It's like everyone's targeting Rylie, and you're not even there yet. She probably won't get there till next week because she's been asleep. Like you have to play the game. You have to do something. So I really, really don't like her reads. I don't like her position that much in the game as well because she's not in any alliance. I think she might be safe for a while, but honestly, I'm gonna give her the 3.5 because I just don't think she's actively playing the game. Whereas a lot of these other people are, even if they're passive players, they're playing. She's just sleep, in my opinion. Sorry, drug her a little bit. Lee,
this is what I'm starting to realize with Ava as well. I low key, I don't know if it's easily influenced or what, but like, did she or did she not have a really close relationship with Jimmy? And then when he became the target, fuck Jimmy. And then she had a really close relationship with Mickey. Had so many conversations with her during her HOH week.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's fuck Mickey, and it's always fuck Ava. I mean, it's always fuck Ashley. But for the likes of Lauren, who you don't even talk to like that anymore, and then she's like, I want to keep Rylie in the game. Rylie has called this girl stinky and said he wants her out the house. Like, baby, what? I'm like, what is her actual reads? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she has good reads at all. I don't think she's reading the house. I think she's going based off what information is being told to her, and she's just going with that. Because now all of a sudden, Mickey was winning my HOH. Yeah, Mickey is doing a lot. Yeah. And if they tell her that, Vince is in this alliance, she's probably gonna be like, I don't like that, and and then she gonna do anything about it? No, she's not. No. Even that is annoying to me because I feel like there's been a lot of discussions about players saying things behind people's back. No shade, but I don't hear Ava get brought up in that a lot, and Ava is always saying something behind somebody's back. And it's like, girl, you're worried about popping off on Vince. You're worried about popping off on Ashley. Pop off in some alliances. Pop off some votes. Pop off something, Ava. You know, because I don't think she's actively playing this game. I think that she's in a back seat. She's listening to whatever her allies are telling her to do, and she's not forging her own path. And for that, I just don't respect the game. And I don't feel like that warrants a score that's that high. But because of her position, I don't want to completely rule that out. Like, no one is going after Ava. But that's because it's a waste, you know, no shade.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep her at the 4. I'm not going higher than that though until she wakes up.
I think that's a little too high. So, because let me
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the same thing, but I was like, I gave Rachel a 4, and the 3s. I'm like, she's not in much danger as the 3s, but I'm like, she could be down there just for not doing nothing.
No, remember that. Up until they made the judges, Morgan was thinking about putting her on the block as a pawn. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Rylie, Lauren, and Kelley have also mentioned putting her up on the block as a pawn.
You're right.
Ava is very easily, if somebody on that side of the house wins, I think she's going to be on the block literally right next to Rachel. I think 100% there's a chance she's going to be on the block because they think they can throw an Ava on the block and she won't be mad at them. I mean, she's basically told them that when she put up Zach and Vinny, and she's like, you know, you'll probably put me up. We all got to touch the block. It's fine. You know, frankly, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think she's totally going up next week if one of them wins power, because say they want to backdoor Rachel, I think they were talking about a Will, Ava, Ashley. I think a lot of them, like Kat was saying Will, Ava, Ashley, I believe.
Yeah.
Like if they're looking to backdoor Rachel, that's gonna be the lineup. If they really don't, like, if they decide not to put Keanu in danger, I think that'll be the lineup. So I completely disagree. I think I agree with Ava sleeping. I disagree with her positioning. I think her positioning is not great. It's not great. She's at one of those low-hanging fruits. So like in both of these alliances, you have the clear like heads of the alliances.
Yeah.
But what happens when people are too afraid to take out the heads? They normally go for the tails. And Ava is technically the tail in these two alliances. Like, I can definitely see her accidentally getting sniped sometime in the near future. So I'm gonna give her a 3. I'm gonna give her a 3 because she's shorter. She's in about the same position as Ashley is. Just with worse reads.
Right. Which makes it worse. I definitely get what you mean. I think when I was talking about position, I was considering that I don't think she would go home if she's nominated.
Yeah,
but I did not think about the fact that so many people are now talking about nominating her, which is not good for her game. So I agree. I'm going to drop her down. I'll just give it a 3.5.
I know that's right. Yes. Yeah, drop her down.
She would be the target, but she would be collateral damage.
Yeah, she could be collateral because Ashley could win. Ashley could win the veto. Rachel could win the blockbuster. Will and Ava on the block. Who's going home? Ava probably. You know what I mean? She could literally go home next week in a certain scenario. So there's that. Will is next.
Will is hard.
Child, Lee, how you feel about Will?
I mean, Will is a hard one because his gameplay is so just agreeable. We keep bringing that up, but it's like that's really is just the main thing for Will. Like when he's in a room, it's like, yes, I agree. And I do live for that to a certain extent. I just wish it was kind of more than that. I think specifically on this week, though, I think it's a really good thing that he helped create this Judges Alliance. I do like that he was in talks with him to include Vince because I would like him to have a little bit more relationship with Vince or at least more people on that side of the game. What I don't love is that Will seems to be the least connected with those people on the other side. However, I don't think that he's a target at all. I think that Rachel, Ashley, probably even Ava will go before Will, which is really, really good. It's just I don't like the idea of him being the last remaining person and then Bloop just going home. And we can't predict that his side is going to continue winning. Like I said earlier, it really comes down to how these HOHs go. And I'm going to give him a 5 overall because I do think that his game is right in the middle. Like if his side wins, it's great. If his side loses, he loses an ally and that's not good. But either way, he's safe. And he may not even be a nomination. So that's really good as well.
Yeah. Mari, how you feel?
Completely agree. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think he's a 5. I think he's the middle of that alliance and they're going to aim for the head. They might hit the tail, but the middle I think will survive. And he might not have as close of personal relationships with other people on the other side, but a lot of people respect him. A lot of people love his presence in the house. So I don't see him in as much jeopardy like in the near future like I do for like Ashley, Ava, Rachel. So 5 for Will.
Yeah, I agree with the 5. And honestly, I don't even in a world like let's say hypothetically they do get picked off. I have a theory that if Rachel, Morgan, and Ava and Ashley go, my theory is Kat and Rylie start targeting Kelley and Keanu because they hate them so much. My theory is Will slides by even when that quiet alliance gets to the end because of people knowing who they need to target. So I think he could slide by in that because no one likes Kelley and Keanu. He could stay past them. Lauren and Vince are probably going to be like, wait, there's a showman. It's like I think he could even slide past that. But I'm gonna do the 5 because that's speculation, and we'll see how he goes. Last and least, we have Rylie. Mari, thoughts?
Hard because I dislike him again. Like it's so hard watching him on the feeds. My God! And then I already had a tussle earlier last week. Somebody came for me But it's fine. It was a
about Rylie.
He apologized. Yeah, I posted a direct quote about what Rylie had said to Katherine. A very scary quote. When he had said, don't he said, don't take your hand away from me when somebody enters the room. Direct quote. Watched it with my own eyes. And somebody came into my comments, are you sure? Da 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 da. And I learned a new skill. I learned how to clip feeds just to be like, don't call me a liar. Like,
wait, Mari, is that why you said? I think I caught you on a recap. You was like, when I tweeted, when I posted, it's real.
It's real. Exactly. Don't come for me. I didn't send for you. So, it's like skin crawling to watch him on the feeds. To hear him tell Katherine, it don't matter, I'm gonna marry you, like just nasty.
Please. So weird. He's
and the hold he has on this house is ridiculous. Like I say it every time I'm on podcast. He has to be one of those people where you have to be in the room with them to get that like charisma or something like that, because it's not translating over here. It's not translating over here. But he has everybody in that house sipping the Kool-Aid. He's currently on the block. He's currently in trouble. There's an insurgency coming for him. But it's going to be real hard to get them votes. It's like it's going to be real hard. It literally might come down to Vince, depending on what the scenario is, So he's on the block. He's in danger of going home. And I can't even say that he's locked safe. I think it's really still up in the air. The good thing for him is that if he does not go home, he's in a very good position. He will have his troops behind him. He is, he's won an HOH before. He's in shape. He has the ability. He will have the ability to win more. So it's just about getting over this hurdle of like surviving.
Yep.
So it's hard. Like I said, I don't like to give people on the block more than a 3 normally, but it's the block. Plus, I'll give him an extra point for his positioning if he's off the block. So I'll give him a 4.
Yeah.
He still has a chance of going home. That's the problem.
He could still go home.
He's in the driver's seat.
He could still go home. I will say if he doesn't, it's very likely that his side can take some control of the game, and he's kind of in a great position within that group. The judges have said if they win HOH, they would nominate him and Kat. So that he would be nominated again, but even in that scenario, I don't think he would go home. Honestly, I think Kat would just go home or something like that. I think he has a lot of safety because of this random feeling that everyone has about him. He probably isn't going to go home this week because Mickey is in love with him, although he hates her. So it's really bad. Well, it's good for him. Damn, I'm supposed to be talking about why he's getting the rating. It's good for his game that he's not going to go home. Probably
You're like, it's bad for me.
Yeah, unfortunate for me. The one thing I'm going to knock him for, because I probably would have gave him like a 4 or so, I'm going to give him 3.5 because he didn't beg, but he was the main person other than Vince telling Lauren, use the veto because she's not going to put anybody up. He's on the block because of his own influence. And when people start influencing their own self getting in danger, it's like, you're not a good player. And that's what's unfortunate about his position, is that he actually isn't a good player. Kat is actually more intelligent strategically with him. Kat was talking to people because they thought that they were in the middle of the game. And Riley's like, why are you talking to people? We shouldn't be talking to people. We shouldn't talk to Keanu. We shouldn't talk to Kelley. And it's like, literally, why do y'all like him? He doesn't even want to talk to y'all. Like, he doesn't want to. He's like, why are you talking to Ava? Like, all of these people who are bending over backwards, who are trying to save him, he doesn't even want to talk to them. Like, they disgust him. Like, it's so weird. He's doing nothing, and he's not even pretending. He is pretending to their face, but he's not even doing good at actively managing the relationships with the people he doesn't like. Like Vince will go and talk to Kelley even though he hates Kelley. Riley's not going to talk to no one. They have to pull him. Like, they're pulling him for chats. He doesn't talk to any of these bitches. Like, you know how there's that test when you're in a relationship and you're like, do I just text him first every day, or is he gonna text me first if I never text? And then they never text him for the rest of your life. They never text you back. That's Rylie. Rylie would never text you back, bitch. Mickey and Rylie would never text you back home. Like Mickey would say good morning every morning, and then she would be like, if I don't say good morning, will we talk? And then she wouldn't say good morning, and she'd never hear from that nigga again. He ghosted them kids, y'all. Y'all heard that?
Oh my god.
Anyways, that's it. 3.5.
Can
Lee.
What? Bust mine down to 3.5. That's
yeah, exactly. For them kids.
He is the reason why he is on the block.
Lee, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything y'all said. He's a mess. And I hate that he has so much like power in this game. The good thing about Rylie, which is why I don't think we're gonna get a Rylie win of this season, is because he's truly not a good player. He's not an active player. Like he truly believed that if Lauren used the veto, that Ashley would go up.
Yeah.
Or that Ava would go up.
Yep.
True.
Have you not been paying attention, sir? Like I truly think that even if he stays and this side can win power, like he'll have the position of being in the driver's seat, but like I don't see him ever actually taking control. If he does, it will be to do something so simple that everyone could be able to figure out, or probably send them down a path that's not smart for their game, you know? So I just I'm really hoping that the universe does not reward someone like him a win, because like he's quite literally not doing anything. Or and when he is trying to do things, it's probably not even the best situation for his game. You know, it's really weird. Because I would argue he shouldn't even be taking out Mickey, because Mickey is obsessed with him. Why do you want Morgan to stay over Mickey? It literally makes no sense. Yeah, Mickey's obsessed with you. It's like he's not a smart game player. So I don't really see him being able to take the game the way he needs to, unless just dumb decisions keep happening that leads him to being in the end game and there's no other option. But I agree with 3.5. I'm going to give him that. I'm hoping that, you know, he does not continue to stay at the top of this game. I'm really happy that the judges came together and they're recognizing him as a threat. I don't think that will go away. However, another scary thing about it is that they're recognizing him as a threat that could win the game. Rachel has said a lot, you know, we have to get him out. This may be the last chance. He could win the whole thing. And, you know, when people start kind of speaking that into existence, it kind of becomes like the confirmation bias. Like, okay, if he's in final two, we've been saying since pre-jury that he can win the whole thing. Let's give it to him. I don't like that. So I'm really hoping they could snipe his ass.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We got it in order. At the bottom, of course, we have Flopkey. Flopkey is last, next to Flop Ellie. Let me stop. Mickey's at the bottom. Kelley's right above her, and Morgan's right above her. They are the bottom three of this week. The top five, unfortunately, Rylie is still in it. Rylie is number 5, then Lauren by default, because then Rachel. Damn, this is terrible. The scores are bad, y'all. Why is our top 5 a 4, a 4.3? Will got a 5, and then Vince is the highest rated with a 6.3 average. Like, this season is just so subpar. When you talk, when they say, oh, they played with a bad cast, they played with a bad, baby, this is the bad cast. This is the cast. Play with, this is them. This is where they are this whole time. Derek didn't play with a bad cast. Chelsea didn't play with a bad cast. Dan, this is the bad cast y'all keep talking about. God damn it, y'all got it. Y'all will into existence, child. But yeah, that's that on that. That was the week. It was a lot going on. Mari was here. Thank you so much for being here for 2 hours, child. We got through it though, honey.
Of course, yes. Thank you for having me again. I always love coming to kick it with you guys. It's always so much fun. Make sure y'all come over and pop over on the recap kickback with us. Let us know if there's anything you want to come over there and talk about, because we talk about anything over there. So
yes, tell the girls where they can find you. Where you be at?
Yes. Again, I'm only on Blue Sky, so you can find me at Mari Talks Too Much. That's 2 like the number 2 over on Blue Sky. You can find me with Chappelle talking just random stuff, whatever we want to talk about. It's our party. We talk about whatever we want to over at Recap Kickback. So you can go to recapkickback.com or go to youtube.com/@recapkickback to subscribe and get notified whenever we drop stuff. Chappelle finished his Flavor of Love rewatch with Chantel. We talked about the Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie and the Eddie Murphy's new movie, The Pickup, last week as well. So we're just having a lot of fun over there. Next week, I believe we will be talking about the Jussie Smollett documentary that's coming to Netflix. Yeah,
that's gonna be a mess.
we gonna need a family meeting about that one. Like we gonna need that one in house. We gotta talk about that. So you can also find me over on Crime Scene Pod. You can go to crimescenepod.com. That's crime SEEN pod.com, where me and Sarah Carradine, we talk all things true crime. We watch true crime documentaries and docuseries. We break them down. We tell you if you should watch them as well. It's so much fun over there, all things considered. We just finished talking to Mel Barrett about what was it? We were just talking about, I always forget what it is, but we talked about Amy Bradley is Missing. It's a Netflix documentary, 3-part docuseries. We then did mini reviews on an older property called There's Something Wrong with Aunt Diane. We talked about A Tragedy Foretold, Flight 3054, which is also a docuseries on Netflix that I watched. And we threw in something lighthearted. We talked about Fit for TV, the reality of Biggest Loser. Another
I saw that.
Yes, very good watch. You don't like, I never watched Biggest Loser, and I watched that docuseries and I was so invested. So we review a lot of things over there. So definitely go check us out.
Very interesting. Check out Mari. Make sure y'all check us out as well. I saw a lot of the comments asking what we could do and all of that. Y'all better be here because, of course, tomorrow we're going to do our TRK after show right after the Big Brother episode. But before that, at 4:30ish p.m., we will be going live talking Survivor Australia versus the world. So y'all better be there, baby. We are going to watch all 3 of the first episodes, and we're going to be recapping it every single Wednesday from here on. I think it's only 3 weeks, so we'll be here for 3 weeks talking Survivor Australia versus the world. Of course, every Thursday we have our eviction breakdown and the challenge. And then, of course, coming up very soon is the Love Island USA reunion. I think it's next Monday. We will be talking about that. And The Amazing Race is coming up soon as well. So make sure y'all are here. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Our guest for tomorrow's after show is Seyonya Hule, baby, from Survivor 48. So y'all better be here. If y'all haven't asked her a question, use the hashtag Kingdom Speaks to ask Say a question. Of course, baby. And thank you for keeping it real with the Kingdom, baby. We're out. Bye.